Hi guys, Luke here and welcome to another FIFA 20 player review, and today guys I'm reviewing the 82 rated Brazilian Aston Villa in form Wesley. This card looks pretty interesting. He's got some awesome stats and then some of his stats aren't quite so good, but I like the look of this card, man, for the most part, and I was able to pick him up on a snipe for 18,000 coins. He's currently settled at around 45,000 coins, and in the 4 games that I played with this Wesley card in Division Rivals, he scored me 8 goals and got me 3 assists. He's also got a 3-star weak foot as well as 3-star skill moves. Moving along into his in-game stats, his main standard stats are going to be his 83 positioning, his 89 shot power, as well as his 97 strength, and finally his 83 ball control, and it did also have the Hawk chemistry stat applied to this Wesley card. So a very good game week for Wesley and for Aston Villa. In the week just gone, they were able to beat Norwich by 5-1. Wesley getting 2 goals and an assist, I believe, in that game, as well as missing a penalty in the process, but was still able to pick up a pretty decent inform, and he's one of these players, Wesley, that I think he's going to get a few more informs as this year goes along. I believe he scored at the Emirates as well in their 3-2 defeat to Arsenal a few weeks ago as well. So he's already got quite a few goals for Aston Villa in a number of games. So I have no doubt that I think this guy's going to probably get a few more informs. Maybe not like next week or whatever, but he will get more in time. There's no question about that. But even for this stage of FIFA, some of his stats look fantastic, like his strength stats, his nice height, some of his shooting stats look pretty awesome, some of his pace stats look pretty decent as well, but 3-star, not necessarily the best. Awful agility and balance as well. Having said that, his ball control is still pretty decent though as well. It's a bit of a weird type of card, but I have to say he impressed me, and I've been struggling, very much recently in FIFA the past few days. I haven't been playing well with my main team. I go and play with this team, and I was destroying people for the most part. And even like maybe the 1 or 2 games that I lost, I won 2 of the games pretty comfortably. I drew 1 and I lost 1 as well. And that game that I lost, I was still playing pretty good FIFA. It just kind of got out of hand for me, like on the defense side, but using this type of player, like a card that I usually wouldn't use, he just clicked for me, which I wasn't expecting. I was going into this review thinking he's probably not going to do that well for me, but he blew my mind of how good he was. Absolutely blew my mind. To get 11 goal contributions in 4 games is fantastic. It really, really is, and it's just taken me so much more confidence now into playing online matches. I'm not caught in 2 minds what to do now, whether to pass or whether to shoot in certain areas. I'm gaining that confidence back, which is very, very important, and hopefully I'm going to be able to utilize that in the upcoming game week for the weekend league. But this Wesley card, man, I hope I get him in my rewards tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, Dybala would be great as well because he fits into my main team, but if I can't get him, I want Wesley to be on the bench for my main team as a super sub, absolutely. So his first profile is going to actually be his finishing. I thought it was fantastic. With the Hawk chem style, his finishing stats look very, very respectable. His shot power goes into the mid-90s, his volleys go into the mid-80s, his positioning goes up to 91, his finishing goes up to 82, which is pretty awesome, and he was great. The power he put behind his shots is fantastic. He really, really drilled the ball into the back of the net. Yes, the 3-star weak foot and 3-star skill moves aren't necessarily the greatest, but I believe he did maybe even score me a goal on his left foot as well. 3-star weak foot isn't the end of the world. It's obviously not the most ideal, but you can't expect so much for a card that costs under 50,000 coins. We can only expect so much from him. But don't get me wrong, some of his finishing inside the box was absolutely fantastic. And at the end of the day, he scored me 8 goals in 4 online matches. That's absolutely a fantastic return. It really, really was. So I couldn't fault Wesley when it came to his finishing. I thought it was very good. He'd obviously missed the occasional chance that would happen, but he can't be scoring every time. I don't have it's not like this is Cristiano Ronaldo or Ronaldinho that we're using here. We're using an Aston Villa inform at the end of the day. You can't expect him to finish every chance in the world, but he finished most chances that I had of him, which is obviously a very, very good sign for Wesley. His second pro as well is actually going to be his passing. I can't ignore the fact that he got me 3 assists in 4 games. I have to put his passing down as a good part of the card, because actually his passing stats are pretty decent for a striker. Look, you don't have to look at the crossing, the curve, the free kick accuracy. They're irrelevant. But that short passing at 80, that vision at 75, that's very, very good for a striker. That allows him to be able to link up well with players like Lewandowski, which he did, provided assists for them, also for Richarlison as well. So again, passing-wise, really, really good. And then his final pro as well will be his physical. I mean, first of all, with the Hawk chem style, he goes to 99 strength, and his aggression goes into the 90s as well, which is fantastic. He's tall, he can bully people off the ball. He's not the quickest, he's also not the slowest at the same time, and doesn't feel terrible on the ball. Don't get me wrong, he doesn't feel anywhere near smooth or anything like that, but he doesn't feel massively clunky either. Not as bad as what his stats show. 46 balance and 55 agility is genuinely horrendous, but he didn't feel as bad as what those stats show, probably because his ball control is pretty decent, and also his dribbling isn't the worst in the world either. Pace-wise, he can sometimes outpace players, but he's not like the most quickest player in the world, certainly far from that. But he's got that strength so he can hold up the ball well, he can shrug players off the ball, and that's something that I really, really liked about this card. I thought he was a very, very good type of target man striker, and I have to say, I was very, very impressed with him. I think he's definitely worth giving a go. Honestly, I really, really think he was good. He surprised me. I didn't think he was going to be as good as what he was, but yeah, honestly, really, really happy with this card, and I hope that we get him in my rewards tomorrow, because I'm going to be doing that as a live video as well. But anyway, guys, that is going to finish up this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.